easily one of the coolest Hero Factory characters ever made, and everyone seems to forget about him. This is Stringer 3.0. Come with me, let's deep dive into why this set is a hidden gem. Let's examine the amazing pieces, let's check out some revamps. Let's have a good time. Here we go. I've seen a lot of people get really confused about what animal Stringer is. Many say he's a panther, I've heard a couple people think he's a wolf, but he's actually a bear. Especially because, well, the trans green little name tag piece has an image of a bear. So that's confirmation. Now I understand the confusion thinking he's a panther. I thought that for years. Because, let's look at them side by side. Stringer has this incredibly smooth, sleek armor. It feels very reminiscent of the sleek, beautiful, shining coat of a panther. Even just those piercing eyes. It feels quite similar to the colors of this set. But when you look at this next to an actual bear, yeah, you can totally see it. I mean, if you want to imagine this as a panther, who cares? It's fine. It can be whatever you want it to be. But it's a bear. You can certainly see the bear qualities when you take a closer look at the mask. And dude, the element designers nailed this piece. The sharp and direct lines of the eyes. The lovely textured section up here that feels reminiscent of fur. The way the bottom section flows down into the teeth and leaves just the smallest little hint of yellow, which of course is the face underneath the mask. Letting you know this isn't his face, it's just a stylized helmet. It's awesome, really awesome. And is there not something so beautiful about a black and yellow color scheme? The set designers only included a handful of Keat Orange pieces, but that's all you need. Letting the black be the primary color, giving him a darker color scheme, with little hints of a brighter shade being injected in. Bro looks like a frickin' sports car. Wow. This might just be the best color scheme on any Hero Factory character. Show me a set with a better color scheme. Big fan of the asymmetrical arms and hands. One side is bulky. That big large plate of armor, you get the sense that could provide some really good defensive capabilities. The other arm, it's all about attack. A giant claw with posable talons. It's so easy to put him in cool looking poses and positions. And it's so delightful to just mess around with this hand design. What a set! But you know what's a bit shocking? The visual difference on this set and other versions of Stringer. Here's every single version of Stringer side by side. Yet we only saw Stringer in 3 waves of sets. Well, that's it. For some reason, LEGO just neglected to include him in many different waves. Stringer needed more love. But look at this, look at the color changes. Look at how he evolves. No form shared the exact same color palette. Yeah, of course, the black was consistent, and that's great. But there were pretty serious changes every single time. But what's most interesting to me is that the first and the last form, they kept that sound motif going. Remember, this character is called Jimi Stringer. It's a reference to Jimi Hendrix. That's why sound and music was always a part of who this character was. I mean, look at it, you can see speakers embedded into their armor, sound weapons, all kinds of stuff. But Stringer 3.0 didn't really have that. Isn't it interesting all the changes that happened on these characters? Well look, it doesn't matter how they decided to stylize and change this set, he was always a bit of a banger. No matter how he looked, he was a standout. This set is good. But are the pieces any good? Why don't we find out? Stringer comes with this black CCBS armor shell. You could use this like Noodle MOCs has done. You grab 2 of them, and they can be used to shape the edges of this thigh. Filling in the leftover space in the middle with various greebles and details, it looks good. The same piece also comes in this set in Keat Orange. So here's one more way that you can use it. Mr. Maxwell here places this on the back of this character. That very distinct shape. It provides a really dynamic body shape for the character. The curves, the edges of it, it gives off a bit of a villainous flair, doesn't it? It fits in so well with this Hero Factory villain. It's a good way to use this piece. Keeping those Keat Orange vibes going, let's look at a few more pieces in bright light orange. Escanor the Builder 1, He uses 2 of these pieces here for some finer armor details on the crotch. You could totally do the same thing. Place these pieces on any part of the body on any character that you're making, and it's gonna add in these little ornate touches. It's gonna round things off ever so nicely. It's gonna look good. How great is this? We got some of these great rubber spikes. Ron Folkers places these on his revamp of Explode. You'll see them down here on the lower legs. You see, I like this. Explode is of course known for his very iconic spike pieces. You see them all up top right here. But the introduction of this, it ties in with those parts. It lets you keep that same spiky texture, but you don't need to use any of those big, bulky pieces. You can stylize it a little bit differently. That's a nice touch. One more piece in this color, it's this hero core. I do like what Valhalla MOCs has done with it, just smacking it onto the arm on the side right here. It's a good way to armor it up. It's thin, it's modest. It doesn't really seem to limit the posability. It looks good. Always good to see hero cores being used, well, outside the context of a hero core. I think it fits in real well. But we gotta finish off with Stringer's bear helmet. OKSusu02 has made this beautiful and majestic creature. Isn't it amazing? However, if we take a closer look at the face, you'll notice that the jaw is using this mask. Using it like this, you can really focus on those sharp teeth. It helps give this face quite a distinct, different, and unique appearance. If you wanted to replicate those very thin, pointed teeth with other pieces, I think you'd really struggle. Those teeth are actually quite tiny. There's not a lot of Lego pieces that would be able to replicate that look. But this does it very well. Perhaps you can use this piece for your next jaw design. This is amazing. Wonderful. The pieces in this set, they can create some really nice stuff. But if you want to see even more impressive things, check out these 2 revamps. We begin with Stringer 3.5, made by GZB MOCs. He's just got a few small upgrades, but oh, they add quite a lot. I like that there's plenty more armor on the body. The inclusion of things like knee pads, or some of this spiky armor on the arm. It gives this guy a bit of extra bulk. And you know, if Stringer is meant to be a bear, bears are big, bears are tall, bears are massive. This extra bulk, this extra armor, just makes sense. And hey, the furry texture of those armor pieces on the arm, they certainly help with that too. I love this new axe. I can just see him, chopping down tall grass or using this to fight off beasts. Nice touch to use some of these large barb pieces. These were previously seen in this little Ninjago poly bag. The end result is pretty sick. But the axe isn't the only new weapon. He's also got this blaster. I like the fact that he can actually tuck it in on his waist. He can store it. Because that's the thing, right? I've seen a lot of MOCs in the past. They give their creations a whole arsenal of weapons. And that's cool. But there's nowhere to put those weapons on the actual character. So the fact that he can actually hold onto this, store it, take it out, use it, and put it back when he's done, there's just a real practical quality to that. I like it. But we got one more. Check out this revamp of Stringer by Toa Palpo. Lovely to see that sound motif returning once more. The giant hammer, which in itself looks cool, well, it looks like it's made up of giant speakers. That is a fun idea. And the builder has introduced a bigger mouth. And now, outside of that mouth, he can unleash a devastating sound-based attack. Very nice. Look, all of this is great. But take a look at this new massive body design. Tall, imposing, strong. He looks amazing. And kind of like I said before, he's meant to be a bear. The size increase, the bigger armor, that fits in with him being a bear. It feels very appropriate. And hey, 2 revamps in a row that have added in furry textures, using pieces like these large rubber spikes, or some of these Chima fur elements. That looks good. Everything feels right when Stringer 3.0 gets the love that he deserves. Man, the Savage Planet era of Hero Factory, it was so underrated. A part of me wishes that they kept going with that animal idea. What would the other heroes look like if they got animal armor? I would have loved to have seen what that would have looked like. But that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, happy building, and bye for now. This set holds the record for staying on my desk for, I think, an entire year, and I would play with it, I would pose it. It's the best desk toy ever.